Hacktex Virtual Guide. Unit 4. Lesson 4.3. Welcome to the Hacktex Virtual Training. In this unit, the topic is about some of the main entities of entrepreneurship as an entry level to the concept. In this lesson, we will talk about project management through the concepts of games, market positioning, and the BCG matrix approach. In particular, this lesson will cover project management through the concept of games, the prisoner's dilemma, market positioning according to Porter's model of 5 strategic forces, and the BCG matrix approach. The game theory study speculates on how people behave in strategic situations and partnerships by examining the decisions they made based on the consideration of how others might respond to these actions. In an oligopolistic market, for example, one must examine and act strategically because of the small number of firms. This drives the firm's knowledge not only on how much it produces but also on how much other firms produce. The prisoner's dilemma provides insight into the difficulty in maintaining cooperation. Often firms fail to cooperate with one another even when cooperation would make them better off. The prisoner's dilemma is a particular game between 2 captured prisoners that illustrates why cooperation is difficult to maintain even when it is mutually beneficial. The dominant strategy is the best strategy for a player to follow regardless of the strategies chosen by the other players. Cooperation is difficult to maintain because cooperation is not in the best interest of the individual player. Taking the prisoner's dilemma and integrating to the oligopolist market, we have Marlboro and Camel advertising game explained. These 2 companies are examined in whether both of them, and without communicating their strategies with each other, would advertise their product, or not. The outcomes are different and come into categories, according to the nature of the decisions. Even though cooperation is hard to maintain by putting aside personal interests, the best outcome for both is to not advertise. Game theory is the study of strategic decision-making and is sourced from studies of mathematical models, such as Nash's equilibrium. Can also be sourced out of conflict and cooperation between intelligent rational decision-makers. Whereas decision theory is concerned with an individual decision-maker who tries to make the best decision based on their understanding of the world, game theory is concerned with the interaction between different decision-makers. There are 3 different approaches of generic strategies that were first set by Michael Porter in 1985. One must first start with making a decision that will set the rest of the project management process. Either select an attractive industry to operate in or choose one of the 3 possible generic strategies. This will set the start for positioning the firm into the market. Porter called the generic strategies cost leadership, differentiation, creating uniquely desirable products and services, and focus, offering a specialized service in a niche market. He then subdivided the focus strategy into 2 parts: low-cost position, and particular segment only. Porter's 5 forces are: threat of new entrants, bargaining power of buyers, bargaining power of suppliers, threat of new substitutes, and competitive rivalry. This framework helps strategists understand what makes an industry profitable and provides insights needed to make strategic choices. The BCG matrix, also known as the growth share matrix, is a portfolio management framework that helps companies prioritize their services and products according to these elements' performance in the market. The degree of profitability is the key element to assessing these services and products. There are 4 categories with their characteristics on profitability. First come the stars with high share and fast-growing businesses. Then the cash cows, with high share but low growth. In both of these, the strategy that will be chosen is based on the needs of the firm. In the case of stars, it is preferred to grow the business more, since it is profitable, whereas in the cash cows, A firm can choose either to keep the stability of the cash flow or modestly grow the market. The next two categories are the question marks, which hold a doubted position in the market, and the firm has to choose whether to invest and try to grow it or discard them completely and move the investment to other products. And finally come the dogs, which offer no profit or market growth, hence the firm prefers to discard these products and services. Thank you for listening to the Hacktex Project Unit 4, Important Issues of Entrepreneurship, Lesson 4.3.